Hey everyone, welcome back on my YouTube channel, and this video is about my worst fail ever. So, I was recording a whole session of music production, like from my new music studio, which I will show you later. And it was about a competition, the worst remix ever competition, and I will show you what it's all about. So, the YouTuber and German producer Jon Sine, he's also a DJ. Yeah, he created like this challenge and recorded some sounds for it.
Here, this fidget spinner. You know what? Let me record that properly. I mean, we're making a serious remix competition. No, we're not. Definitely not. You need definitely good sound. It was time to record the sound.
Yeah, so
as you might know, a good remix competition. For this competition, yo, Thermomix can mix. I mean,
so you have like a voice sample and this fidget spinner sample and everything else, and you got it in a folder, and basically can download it. And I got all of these sounds here, and then you need to create a like track out of it. And so I did that, and I recorded it with video and like on my computer, so that you can see what I'm doing. But in fact, I failed like hardly, because the digital audio workstation, so this program is routing the sound direct to the audio interface, so it wasn't recording in like OBS. So I did that whole thing, and you can't hear what I'm doing. So it was like it was like really like shit. So what I decided then to do was like I would like to create a run through and show you everything. The problem now is that because of all of that stuff, it's like too late. So he actually just like 15 minutes ago announced who the winner is. So
more than 100 track submits for the best producer in the universe competition.
Yeah, so now it's like too late. I didn't send him an email with the track, because I would love to do it like together with a link to the video, and now I haven't participated because I was too late. But it was quite a lot of work to create that musical piece, so I will show it to you and like give you a run through, even though I can't like participate. But yeah, I hope you will enjoy, and this is going to be like my worst track ever. So the worst thing I've ever done in my whole life. So I'll close the mixer right here. Yeah, and we'll start. I will show you the track first, and then we'll like go through, and I will explain what I've did. Okay, so it's like quite funny, and I decided to make it a bit musical, so like at least I wanted to have a rhythm in it. So that's why we have like a ground beat through all the track, and it's not like only noise. Now I'll give you like a quick run through all of the track and what I've did. So the first thing we'll talk about is the bass drum, and it's the only thing in the whole track that is not made out of the samples. So it's like these bass drums, and I created it on the floor. And I used that because out of the samples I can't figure out a sound that is like good enough to make like a real bass drum. So yeah, we have our bass drum and then the rest of the drums, and I will show you like quick how they sound. It's like this, and then the break part, then it changed, and we have like this part, and then there's like coming more to it, and even more. Yeah, and then without the bass. So yeah, that's our drums. And actually what I did is we can look in our sound folder right here, and there we have, so I used the airbud sound like this one, well, this one, this snappy sound. I cutted it out and used it on a sample, and that is over here, so it's like the 4 on the top. So to create a change in them, I actually like put some of them like some semitones down and put some filters on them. So now we have these things which we can use, and then we have the toasty snare, which is lap, which is like basically from the toasty snare sound. Let me find it, it's right here. Yeah, the only problem I had with this sound is that it starts like before the hit, so it's like whoosh, and that was like too much for me, so I needed to cut out the first like beginning. So the snare is like more on fleek right now. Then we have 2 variations of the t sound, and that is found right here. Yeah, that's the whole sample, and I cut it out like 2 parts of it and created these 2 samples. Okay, so that's how we did the drums basically. That's everything I used. Okay, and we'll go on with, I don't know, the bass maybe. It's quite interesting because the bass tone you will hear, it's, oh wait, it's coming here, there. Actually, that is the sound from the fidget spinner, and you can't really recognize it if you don't know that. So we have the spinner sound on top here, and it's sounding like this. And actually, when you look on the frequencies that it's creating, you can see that it has like a whole lot of bass end. So I put an EQ on it and cut it out like the high end and boosted the low end a bit. So now we have like the really great bass. Yep. And that one I exported and imported again and pitched it up, so it's like now sounding like this. Oh, like this. Yep. And this sample I pulled down into my bass sample, drag that sound into a sampler, and now I can play it on my keys. And oops, I need to turn out the effect, so that's the bass sound you hear from the fidget spinner. And then I put some distortion on it, and now it's sounding like this. Exactly, and that's how we created our bass out of the fidget spinner sound. Okay, let's continue. So the next thing we did with the squeaky sounds. So as you may can guess, it's from squeaky air. I guess it's like when you let air out of an air balloon. And yeah, as you can see, like I cut it out this one, and this one, and this one, and the back here. There. And I dragged them into a groove agent again, and I have it like on my drum pads right now. and I can play it without effects. So like that's what I did. I put some of them to the right and some to the left, so it's more interesting in stereo. And I put an amp rack on it. So whoops, there you can oh come on, there you can see an wow effect, and chorus effect, and a fret effect without. This is how I created that sound. Okay. The next thing we have is maybe the sampled voice. It's like from the same, it's the same technique. So we have the professional rap over here.
Yo, Thermomix can mix.
And I cutted it into pieces and put them into the voice sampler. So now I can
Thermomix, Thermomix, yo, Thermomix, mix, yo, Thermomix, mix, yo, mix, yo, Thermomix.
So I have them over here, and I got some with samples, with like transitions and high and filters on it down here. Oops. And this is how I made this. This is how I made the voice sample, and I have a fill down here which is opening up, so we have like a bit more interesting things on it. Yeah, there you can see what the filter is doing. Okay. And let's continue. Then we have, I think that's basically it. We have effect sounds down here, which is like the coin spinning effect in reverse. Well, I reversed it and put a lot of reverb on it, and then we have My Neighbor's Bird back here, which is actually sounding like really creepy. There's the coin spinning again, and I think we have, yeah, this is like one from the squeaky air sounds. It sounds like more like a car braking, but it's from there. And we have another layer, which is this one. Actually, it's just a noise to make it more interesting. It's from this sample, and I really didn't know what to do with it, so I decided to like put it in as an effect. And then we have the Thermomix sound as a whole in reverse, as an beginning effect. And oh yeah, mainly the thing from the Thermomix is in here. And wait, like this. So here I did the same as with the bass drum, with the bass from the fidget spinner. So I cut it out like the beginning of the Thermomix sound, which is here. And I just used the first one, like the dupe. Well, show you this one, only the first tone, and I drag that into a sample, and I can then put it on the notes, and now I can play it. And this is how I created the melody in this case. So the last thing that I'll show you is the best thing, I think, and that's the flute. And basically when you listen to the flute sound, it's so embarrassing. It's really bad, as you can tell. It's really annoying, and yeah. But what I did, I listened to it and then found like this part. And there we have like a solid tone for like 1 second or so. And again, I put it into an sampler, and now I can play it. Well, now I can play it like this. I can play a song with it. Yeah. And to make the sound more interesting, I put some effects on it. In this case, it's a warm cathedral effect, and now it's sounding like this. And I found that sound is really great. I can show you like the sample that we did with that. And I do really like that sound, so I think maybe I'll take that sound for a serious track one day. Okay. Yeah, I did something right here. I have not used it because it was too good, but I think that's something I will use in a real track later on. Okay, so that's basically how everything works and how I created that sound. Yeah. Well, I have. Yeah. That's it. So, I really hope you enjoyed that little walkthrough through my worst track ever. And even if it's too late and I can't and even if it's too late and I can't participate in the remix competition, I really hope you liked it. And yeah, I don't know. Now I need to cut it and upload it, and I think we'll see us in the next video, which can be pretty soon, I hope. Yeah, till then, like, share and subscribe, you know, and see you later.